It's showtime. 1, 2, 3, go! Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is episode 45 of the Trugg Walg series, where we take a deep dive into the TFAT case subreddit to see what the heck we're doing here. Alright, everyone, so some of the juiciest drama has been happening as of late. Brendan Schaub and Nate Diaz have been exchanging blows via X, and quite frankly, I don't know who Nate Diaz is. I think he's a UFC fighter who made fun of Brendan. And let's just say Brendan isn't so happy. So before we get into all this, let me just say a few things. I was going to do a haters will say segment, but literally I just spent the last half hour trying to adjust these lights because some crazy glare just showed up. So yeah, so I'll address a few comments that I remember. Someone said they didn't like the lights, and I get it. I'm still trying to adjust them, so bear with me. Another person said, "What is this hateful content you make?" and it's so funny because today I was watching some girl react to Tim Pool. Per usual, that's what I always do. I love when people react to Tim Pool content and make fun of him, because I really don't like him. And he's sort of going through like a midlife crisis. And the girl even said, I think it's really sad when all you can come online and say, oh, the Democrats are woke, they're trying to hurt the Republicans. And I was like, dang, honestly, that does sort of suck if that's the only thing you could do online. Tim Pool really pigeonholed himself for the content he makes. Dude, just come out and say you're right wing. No one cares anymore. But then I was thinking, well, is this all I do? Brendan Schaub's stupid, let's all laugh at him. Well, to an extent, I have that much self-awareness. However, I think there's a difference between being like, oh, let's dissect what Congress is doing today, and then being like, oh, there was just a car crash right in front of Congress. Why don't we all talk about this instead? So you could definitely tell what we do on this channel. I never thought I would be reacting to like celebrities, but I guess here we are. They're just more entertaining than even entertainment TV. Maybe because it's real, I guess. So yeah, that's about really it. Oh, and I seen this has 666 likes, which is kind of funny because I was just watching Hysteria on Peacock, which is like some, Peacock exclusive, and it's all about Satanism in like the late 80s, and it really turns in, it's like fictional, but it really turns into like a really scary series. Honestly, I highly recommend you check it out if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, it honestly really might freak you out. Okay, so Brendan, what am I gonna do with you? Mr. Nice Guy, you're threatening Nate, you're calling him all these mean names, and I did hear like some of this. It was, trust me, this was hard not to listen to. So Brendan, when I was listening to this, I could only think of one thing, that you were talking to me. For real. I know you really want to beat up these Reddit trolls, and I get it for sure. And all I could help was thinking, Brendan's taking out his hate on Nate when this is all for us. And it's so funny that this is 15 minutes because we all know Brendan isn't the smartest cookie in the cookie jar. So instead of wrapping it up in like a good 5 minutes at most, it's 15 minutes of, I will F you up, I will strangle you. Like, whoa, dude, take it easy, right? We all just talk crap online, and like I was saying, like last episode, sure, maybe we all do need to face repercussions for everything we say and do. But dude, Brendan, one day you're really gonna mess with the wrong person, and it's not gonna look so good for you, bud. Oh, and just in case no one believed that me when I say that Bud is super passive-aggressive, listen how many times Brendan says it. This is gonna be good. So it's from our person, Haphazard. So let's get started.
Bothers me. And then he tweets out I think on Friday, driving my son to baseball practice, and a buddy or maybe my brother was like, "Oh God, here goes Nate Diaz again." I'm like, "What? For what?" And he put Brendan the big old pussy Schaub with a crying emoji. Okay. And this, I assume, and most people tell me that it's in response to me getting emotional over my friend of 20 years.
Whoa.
Who I owe.
Whoa. Brennan, that face you were just making was, you were like, 20 years? Mister, I don't have CT. Yo, what's the, and Brennan, okay, whatever, screw the weird face you just made. You make weird faces all the time. But why are you always crying? Like, there have been a few times in my videos where I did get super emotional. Well, probably more emotional than I would have liked. But Brennan, Mr. former UFC fighter, like, dude, why are you always crying? Like, you're emotionally unstable. And quite frankly, those are some of the scariest people to be around, especially when they can cause violence, because I'm serious. I don't want to accuse Brendan of anything, but if I was the first troll he encountered IRL, it would not look so good for your girl. He'd be like, "I'm not gonna hit a girl, but I know who will." I'm like, "Who?" And we all know who it would be. Snaz. I'll say, "Oh, Snaz, you don't want this smoke." I'm just kidding, Snaz. I wouldn't fight you.
Most of my UFC career too, because he paid for me.
No, I do have one celebrity boxing wish, and it's none other than Wings of Redemption. Boogie, I hate to say it, I gotta stick up for you, but I'm not sticking up for you as much as I'm just going to redeem you. I'm gonna beat Wings of Redemption in the ring, and then I'll just go on in life like it never even happened. So yeah, if anyone wants to see me box Wings of Redemption, help your girl out. I don't, like, what do I do?
When I couldn't afford the gym, couldn't afford private lessons, and we came up together. He became
You grew up rich.
interim heavyweight champ. I became top 10 in the world, and we both started when he had one fight, I had none. So he's experiencing some of the worst side effects of dedicating his life to mixed martial arts. So me getting emotional about that, I guess that makes me a big old pussy. Which is weird.
Weird.
I don't get it. It's this whole.
Dude, just laugh.
How
just
honest
laugh.
do I want to be with you guys? This whole social media thing, like Brent didn't even tag me, Brendan the big old pussy Schaub, crying emoji. Here's.
Brendan, why don't you take just some accountability? You know, just be like, you know what, honestly, maybe he's right. Like, there's no reason I need to get so emotional and weird. Instead, like, you're trying to defend yourself, but you borderline dig yourself a deeper hole.
Here's how I feel about it.
How?
This is just internet gossip, right? This gets him trending. He doesn't have a lot going on. Didn't get paid for the Masvidal fight. Probably doesn't know what he's going to do next. Conor, he's probably waiting on that. Conor's tied up with the TV right deal, so he's probably banking on that. He fought Masvidal, lost to Jake Paul, right? That's a big blow to his ego. So I guess he needs to do this to stay current. I retired 15 years ago, man. That being said, that's social media. This isn't real. Because here's what's real. I will fuck you up. That's real. I'm not asking for this. I don't want to fuck him up. I'm not trying to fuck him up. End of the day, if he walked in right now, I said, "Chin, Case, can you guys leave?" Only one of us is going to walk out unscathed, and it's me.
Unscathed.
Every fucking day of the week, 360.
Yo, you just said unscathed. And I'll give it to you. Sometimes you say, like, how you just said weird, and it sounded sort of normal. You literally just said on. Whoa, unscathed. Brendan, your CTE is becoming a little bit worrisome. And yo, I can't believe, like, I never really talk with my hands, I don't think. No, because that's weird, right? Yeah.
5 days a year, I will snap his fucking neck. I know. What's his fucking area code? 209? I know, 209. I get all that. Very cool. None of that is real. Oh, but he did great against Donald Cerrone. Did you see him? Leon Edwards, dude, he's had some great fights, tough dude. I don't give a fuck. I'm 245 pounds, trained black belt, top 10 UFC heavyweight in the world at one point.
He lied about the black belt.
I'm not out of shape. I'm a fucking beast when it comes down to, I know, I tell jokes, I do crazy shit, I made some mistakes. Oh, he got knocked out by Nogueira. Oh, he's into trucks. I get all that. Firing the kids, silly dude. I get all that. At the end of the day, the way this works, I'm not a civilian like the rest of his goons around him.
Civilian, huh?
I'm not this fake gangster. I don't go looking for fights. I know I'm tough. I don't have to get on Twitter and blast it out and prove it every day because I'm insecure because whatever shit he has going on with his childhood trauma. I don't have to do that. At the end of...
Brendan, don't you blast trolls online? Dude, if anyone's insecure, it's you, and it's so obvious. And it's really crazy you can't see it. I mean, let's look back to your E days. Trust me, I don't want to stick to your past, but Brennan, the E days, I sort of feel like were the real you. And had you still be in Hollywood, you would still be the same way. You would be a metrosexual fashionista. That's the truth.
Today, I will twist your fucking neck off. Ask your boys. There's many of guys that you fucks with.
Many of guys. Yo, you can't even talk. I can't help but feel everything Brendan's saying, he's directing it towards us. At least me.
Rolled with. Ask them how it went. Go ahead and ask them. Very close guys to you. Ask them how it went, bud. That's real. This isn't real. And the difference between you and I, Nate, a million fucking things, don't get me started.
It's you and me.
But the difference between you and I, if you start crying because your brother who has CT, the difference between you and I is if your brother, and Shane's a brother to me, if your actual fucking brother came out and started getting emotional, or if you started coming out getting emotional about your brother's issues with CT and fighting and all this shit, because we know he has his issues, I would support you, even though you've been a dick to me the entire time.
No, you wouldn't.
That's what I do.
No,
That's what men do, bud. I wouldn't bash you. And this whole narrative, your entire narrative, oh, fuck the man. Bud, you've been paid more than 99% of the fighters. Cut the bullshit. You're no different than Kobe Compton, this MAGA shit. It's all fake, bud. You're not fooling anybody. I've seen how the sausage is made. You're not tough to me. I know tough guys. Tough guys don't get on the internet and tweet at another grown fucking man who beat the shit out of them when they're crying or they're getting emotional because their friend of 20 fucking years is having major issues, suicidal thoughts. That's pussy. That's the difference between you and I. I'm not some moron who buys into your tough guy narrative, bud. I don't give a fuck you're from Sacramento. That's your biggest thing? That's it? That's the narrative? I know tough guys from Sacramento. What are you gonna do, Nate? What are you gonna do? Volume punch me, motherfucker? That's what you're gonna do?
Whoa. Look at the vein in his neck. And look how red his neck is, actually. Whoa, Brendan, your feelings are really hurt. Dude, okay. Like, let's say, for example, Snaz made a reaction video saying how she's gonna beat me up. I would be like, whoa, that's crazy. Everyone, for all the crazy things I do and say, do you honestly think I would come here and be like, this isn't real, Snaz, if I see you, I will beat you up? No, honestly, I would come here and just laugh about it because, Brennan, what did you just say? It's not real. Who cares? I highly doubt Nate really wants to fight you, but yo, I can tell by the anger in your neck that you really want to fight Nate. In fact, I would even wager if Nate walked in, you probably wouldn't exchange too many words before fisticuffs were flying. So Brendan, maybe take your own advice. It's not real. So who cares? Maybe I think, for as much as I know about locals, I just think you're projecting. This is all about, this is not about Nate. It's about us. Oh, Brendan. Brendan.
What are you gonna do? Out grapple me? In what fucking sense? What world are you living in? This is the real world. Now, if you're doing this because you fancy yourself a fisticuffs, if you fancy yourself, you want to actually grapple me, I'm not hard to get a hold of. Pull the fuck up. And you can show up with all your boys, do all that stuff. But what a real man will do is pull up one-on-one. I don't have a posse. I don't need one, bud.
Yes, you do.
I'll drop my kid off at fucking practice, roll over, twist your fucking neck off, and then pick him up just in time unscathed with a Diet Coke.
What?
And that's how this goes for the rest of your fucking life, bud. Whenever I want. I didn't ask for this. I don't want to do this. This isn't what I do. I don't like drama. I didn't ask for this. Again, and if you came out, I would support you, Nate. I support fighters. Name one fighter that I've kind of pushed down. Name one. Ever. In the history of doing this for over 10 years, I only champion people. That's what men do. I don't have insecurities.
That's what men do.
I hope you go on to make more money than God, dude. But what you're not going to do is pretend you're a tough guy. I know tough guys. You're not one of them, Nate. You have your fan base tricked and think you're this badass. You're not. You're no different than anybody else. You're a terrible fucking athlete. All good, dude. You're a tough guy from Sacramento.
So you said you never tore down a fighter. Well, it sort of seems like you're tearing him down now. So I think we can count Nate on the list.
Where I come from, you're not a tough guy.
Oh, Denver.
Tough's not making fun of somebody because they get emotional about their friend having major fucking side effects for dedicating their lives to MMA. Tough isn't getting on there and tweeting to people to get his fan base to bully him, cyberbullying, because no one would ever say anything in person. And again, if this pisses you off, or you and I cross paths wherever it's at, you solo, one-on-one, you're not gonna do shit. That's the reality.
Brendan, maybe I'm just talking crap here, but I think I would say something to your face. I'm not gonna try fighting you, but I feel like I would be like, dude, like, what's your deal? Like, but yeah, I would be a little bit scared to ever meet you, I'll be honest. Yep, you can only talk so much crap before you have to face the repercussions, unfortunately.
The whole Stockton slab, I will fuck you up.
Ew.
Now you get your boys to do the shit, to all that. That ain't real manly shit, dude.
It's funny.
But you and your fan base in Stockton, yeah, look at them. 10 of them against Schaub. Bullshit, dude. You ain't gonna do shit. Again, if you want to grapple, I'll put shit on hold. I'll start.
You know, and I actually know a few tough guys, and I could, well, granted, none of them like are podcasters, but I could literally guarantee you, if someone was talking crap like how Nate is to Brendan, they would just say, "All right, well then pull up. Let's see." A 10-second statement, Brendan, for saying that you don't care, this doesn't bother you. Yo, you seem very bothered.
Grappling again. Set a date. Let me. I guarantee you won't do it, dude. You're not that. You're dumb. You're not that fucking dumb. Your handlers around you will tell you what would happen. That's if you have real ones in your corner. I don't know if you do. You didn't get paid from the fucking Masvidal fight, so clearly there's a business issue there. But if you actually want to do this, Nate, I'm not hard to find. Grappling you, I would sleep like a fucking baby, bud. Like a baby. I'm not hard to find. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. So you get these ratings, whatever the fuck you want to do. It's not what I do. And there's the elephant in the room. The only reason you're coming at me with this, the elephant in the room, CT is a part of the game. I get it, but I'm not saying I have an answer for it. I'm not saying everybody should be compensated. I'm not saying Shane doesn't have CT from playing football when he was a kid or wrestling. He didn't have a long UFC career. I'm not saying Dana needs to back up the Brinks truck and make his life perfect. I'm not saying any of that. I was thinking he would be human and figure it out and lend a hand out to him because he's one of the worst cases I've ever seen. And we can pretend that you don't have 15 motherfuckers you came up with like I did that are also suffering from CT in some facet, not in the level of Shane or the level of Verdum or some of these other greats or BJ Penn. We can pretend. And I'm not going to get on the horn on here and say Dana this and UFC this. I love Dana. I love the UFC, bud.
They don't love you.
The elephant in the room is guys do have some issues. Not everybody. I'm not saying everybody. I feel like I don't.
Whoa.
I don't know if you do. I'm not get on here and make fun of you. None of that shit.
Projecting.
I don't even know if your brother actually has it either. He has some issues. I don't know if it's from that. I don't know you guys well enough. But what I do know is you're not going to do shit. That I can guarantee you. You're not going to do shit. And if you want to, I'm not hard to find, bud. But it better be one-on-one. Don't do that pussy Stockton stuff where you jump guys. And if you do decide to jump me, it better be more than fucking 4 to 5. Didn't want to start off like this. I had a great weekend, dude. I'm a 41-year-old dad. Father of 3, bud.
How do you talk like that? I had a great weekend, dude. Brennan, you may have not wanted to start off like that, but it sure as heck is now, bud. Yo, the fact that you're saying it so much, it's a dead giveaway. This is crazy.
That's all I give a fuck about. I put into them. What do you do? Search for your next big money bag? Some bullshit fight? You gonna rematch Jake Paul and get your ass whooped again? What are you gonna do? You're barking up the wrong tree, bud. You're a fucking praying mantis barking at a tiger walking through the fucking jungle. Don't.
You're a praying mantis barking at a, what did you say, a tiger? Huh. You know, if you were talking about insects, then praying mantis are like one of the strongest insects, aren't they? So you could have said you're like a puppy or something. Or you could have said you're an ant trying to mess with a praying mantis. Brendan, not the greatest analogy, but I mean, well, come on, I wasn't expecting you to come up with something high IQ.
Make me stop and twist your fucking neck off. Because I just want to keep going. I don't want no problems, dude. I've never asked for any problems.
You got them.
This whole internet drama I don't get down with. But if you fancy yourself a tough guy, I'm sure CGI, Eddie Bravo, 10th Planet shit, Fight Pass, any number of them will make us both an offer to grapple. But I promise you it won't go well for you, buddy. I promise you. It's just the way the world works, and that sucks for you. Doesn't suck for me, because I would never pick a fight with you. You're smaller than me. But you're probably walking around, what, 200? Are you still vegan? 200, 220, whatever the fuck it is, to run those marathons? You're not an athlete, dude. Anything you can do athletically, I will fucking wreck you. And
whoa, just as this comment says, if memory serves correct, Brendan blew out his hamstring racing an overweight comedian. Yeah, so you wouldn't beat him at anything, and if he runs marathons, you think you're gonna beat him? And if memory serves right, Brendan, don't you get up at 4 a.m. every morning and run like 2 or 3 miles? Your projection is out of control.
that's real. That's the world we live in. That's how it goes, dude. But have your guys around you feed you this info. No, dude, you'd fuck Schaub up. You won't. No, I'm Metamorphs. What about Metamorphs? You talking about when I went against the #1 grappler in the world? I stepped in his world as a brown belt and he couldn't submit me in any fucking facet? Oh, he didn't engage. It's his fucking platform. It was his intention to engage me. That's what we were hoping for, so I choked him the fuck out and I almost did. That's on him. I stepped into his arena. What do you think would have happened if he stepped in my arena? It would last 30 seconds. He would get fucking annihilated. The pressure's on him. Everybody wants to be upset about it. Oh, you didn't engage. No, I didn't have to. But you ain't him. You ain't shit. What are you gonna do? Submit me from your guard? You haven't advanced in 15 fucking years. You can't wrestle. You can't check leg kicks. What are you gonna do, Nate? I'd love to hear it, bud.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing. You can do nothing. You might get on Twitter. Oh, Schaub, I would never. Okay. Look for your next fight, because this ain't it, bud. This ain't even a fight. I don't even want to fight you. I don't need cameras either. If you want to just do it one-on-one and not make money on it or promote it, I don't give a fuck. Come in here, dude. We can do it on the ground right here. I'll clear this out. I'll tell my boys to get out. No cameras. We can do it like that.
Oh, like a street fight?
Again, I don't want to, but I'm down, dude. If you need to be taught a lesson, I'll be your Huckleberry, and it won't end well for you. And again, I don't want to do it. I'm chilling, dude. I'm living my fucking life. You good? Are you good? Yeah, you are. You ain't gonna do shit. You can get back on Twitter. You can get back on your social media. Go find your next real fight, bud. Go make money, and I'll still support you, dude. I have no issues with you. But if you're looking for one, I'm not hard to find. Let's get into the weekend. Let's take a little break.
Yeah, Brendan, I can tell you really don't care after your almost 15-minute spiel on it. Wow. I mean, if I was Nate, what would I even say? I would just be like, that was so cringe. Like, Brendan, it ain't that serious. But hey, Brendan, like I just said, one day you're really gonna mess with the wrong person, and yeah, then we'll see what's what. Okay, so we move on. Ooh, Nate Diaz says, I think you'd be surprised. Oh, because Brendan, the thing is, you don't train. So I don't know why you think that, like, you're still some elite fighter. Okay, so, I knew that these were going to be longer clips today. So the Nate situation discussed on the podcast long. Wait, so how did... Wow. Oh, Brendan, so yeah, for not caring about it, you sure are making the rounds. Okay.
You know the face rip.
That's super cool.
It is, man. Well done.
All right, Chin, what do you got for us?
First, I don't know if you mind or not, but can we cover the Nate Diaz drama on this show? You already did it on
I would
Schaub's
like to
show.
cover it.
I would love to cover it.
I mean, I just think it's you
at that
know,
pillow. Is
this the right pillow? Yeah.
I just think that, I mean, I'll read it. So Brendan is very close to Shane Carwin. Shane Carwin's having real problems with CTE.
He's doing better though. He's getting some help.
Yep, but
and
Shane
he has
has
something in the
posted
works.
about
He's
it.
doing better. Yeah.
And Brendan is very close to him.
He can't help but interrupt. He really just cannot help it.
Brendan off air has always loved Shane. Shane's a great guy. Shane's a family man. Shane's an electrical engineer. He was a UFC champion. There's a lot of good things about Shane. And Brendan was talking about it. And Brendan's like, I call him the weeping giant. He's very emotional.
Yep.
He's crying about it.
Why
and
is
then
he emotional?
Nate Diaz says, Brendan, the big old pussy Schaub. Now, I just want to say this. Nate's a fighter. And Nate knows, he understands fighting. And he's MMA royalty. He's put it all out there. And to
MMA
me,
royalty.
it's interesting that he would poke a bear like Brendan, because I don't care who you are. If you weigh 155 pounds and you're in the UFC, I don't care when it is. I don't care if it's right now. If that dude grabs a hold of you, you're gonna die. It's true. And so Brendan has been kind of dealing with a lot of that hate from even Nate. I think he challenged you in a way. You were wearing Gucci boots.
At Showtime?
At Showtime, you
In
were wearing,
hindsight, I should have whooped his ass.
you were
there.
wearing Gucci boots.
I didn't
but
want to lose
you're
my
so
job.
much
I
bigger,
should've.
and you were doing the thing, and you go, I
don't want to come off as a bully either.
Exactly. And you're always afraid of coming off as a bully.
Oh, really, dude?
And I think finally you're like, fuck all this. I'm done with
That's
this.
because I don't need like, with comics, with fighting, like I don't have to work a job for the UFC. I don't need to get past that the Comedy Store. I don't need managers to like me. I don't need the community to like me. Those days are done.
You've also, it's not even why you didn't fuck with
Because
people. Your personality.
Brennan, you burned every bridge. I mean, maybe I'm just saying this, but if I had the Rogan bump, oh, it would be game on for your girl. I would be just trying to make a name for myself, really. But Brennan, you utterly and completely blew it somehow.
Is I could probably smack you in the face or punch you in the face, and you go, Brian, stop doing this shit. But for real, like I've gotten in your face before, and we've had arguments where I've got, I have a bad temper, so I'm in Brendan's face. He would pull my head off, but he's not doing that. He's not even thinking that. It's not where his brain goes. But
Nor do I want to do it with Nate either.
I know you
I have
don't.
no issues. I backed him up when they were trying to feed him to Hamza. I'm like, what the fuck? You remember that whole
I know.
long rant? I'm like, this is not the way you treat Nate.
This is not how you treat Nate, and that's what bummed me out, is because you've always been in Nate's corner. You've always said good things about Nate when he, not publicly, like you've always admired him for being the fighter he is. He's got that fighter spirit. And then this is where you go, ooh, buddy, I probably got 20 pounds on you. Now you got a lot more than 20 pounds.
No, he walks right. He's not. So you said 155?
He's 190.
No, he's not. No.
I've been with him, 190.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, he fought Jake Paul. He's well over 200 right now.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well,
So you can catch.
I've heard that like smaller people actually could do better against bigger people. I mean, I'm sure there's outliers, but
His hands.
yeah, but either way, I probably got 20 pounds on you, so not too far off. I'll snap your neck, set up a grappling match, and let me know how it goes for you. Have one of your handlers read this tweet and get back to me.
I like the handling
And-
part.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good.
Yeah.
good one.
And the
it's
reason you said a
original.
grappling match is because obviously a punching or MMA match would be a very bad idea.
Correct.
But
And he fancies himself jiu-jitsu guy, so
Sure. And if you read the comments, a lot of people, almost everybody, is backing you on this. Because I think it was just uncool, and I think Nate should apologize to you, like as a
definitely
person.
what's not in him, right? But
I don't get why
it's
the
elephant.
animosity.
Yeah, it's just the elephant in the room. It's weird. Like that's tough guys don't talk shit on social media. Like that doesn't make you a badass, dude.
Yes.
Have you
Funny.
ever seen me talk shit to anybody
No.
on social media?
I just-
Yes,
Have I ever
yes.
started any of this?
No, but I just don't get.
Okay, maybe not started, but we've all seen you talk crap to people online. So the fact that you're even saying this, I'm like, oh, I'm a nice guy, man. Like, no, Brendan.
That was surprising to me that he did that.
I need to see these Gucci boots at some point.
Oh, they're
They've been
lit.
referenced
Yeah,
several
they're-
times
oh, dude.
today.
They're out there, zippers with corduroy on them. They're sick.
I mean, they scream, I bang guys.
Yeah,
and
it's something the Spirit Squad would have wore.
Yeah,
They're sick.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought that was the first time I've ever seen you be honest.
Yeah.
And I've ever seen, I mean, in terms of,
A little side story. Speaking of that, yesterday I got a text from some random number, and they were like, Claire, why aren't you answering my calls? Did you block me? And I was like, you have the wrong number. And then they were like, oh no, it's like Jen from the party. I was in the blue dress, remember? And I was like, no, that's not me. And they're like, okay, wait, hold on, let me check. And I was like, okay. Then they're like, oh, you're right, I have the wrong number, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, it's all good. All right, just stay safe out there. Because, I'm a nice person. And she was like, oh, like, you seem like a very sweet person. When you come to California, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. And I was like, okay. I mean, that sounds cool. I was like, oh, like you're very sweet or something. Like, I was like, okay. So I just made some random friend, and she's like, you seem like a really nice guy, and where would a gentleman like you live? And I said, hon, I'm a girl. I don't know if that's what you're into. And I put like that like laughing emoji, and she never responded. Yeah.
Enough's enough.
like, enough's enough, where
Enough's
I was
enough.
like, you don't get to treat me that way.
No, I'm also not hard to find. I'm all over.
Yeah.
So my and I said this.
I'm gonna text her and be like, oh, so like, do you want to see a picture of me?
The shop show, like if he wants to roll up one-on-one, whatever you want to do, bud. He won't though. He won't. He always rolls with a posse. But like I said on the shop, there better be 5 to 10 of you. If you just come with 3 or 4, you're gonna get fucked up, dude. And that's the truth. And I don't want to do it. I'm a father of 3, dude.
You're not apologizing though.
Oh, no. I'll fuck you up and then still take Tiger to practice and not even think about it. I sent that tweet and I'm like, okay, cool. Then I went to Tiger's practice.
Okay.
Then I spent all day at the baseball fields. I didn't even think about it. Shows
down
up,
with that.
cool. I run 3 miles every day, work out every day. What are you gonna do, dude?
It'd be a bad situation.
Oh, so you always hate on people that run. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you call people who run the F slur? Brennan, you're into dudes. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. Even if you can beat up dudes, I think I have you dead to rights. You're into guys.
It'd be a nightmare. But he knows that.
I think he knows that.
He knows that. That's why he's poking the bear, you know? But I don't get why. Like, go look for a fight you're going to get. I'm not going to fight you, you know? Unless you want to, and then, all right, you force my hand.
Yeah.
But again, talk to your boys. Ask them how it would go for them. They all know. One of his coaches I trained with for a long time.
He has
one of his best training partners I've rolled with. Ask him how it went.
Yeah.
Figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
Or just talk.
You know, I was just thinking, because Brendan, like I always say, no one cares what you're into, but it's so easy for me to be like, oh, I'm into girls, because, I mean, what does it matter? Who cares? But if you came out that you're into guys, TMZ, ESPN, maybe, are all gonna say, former UFC fighter Brendan Schaub comes out of the closet. Yeah, that would be a bit much for you, I'll be honest. And this might sound hypocritical, but perhaps it's just more... Is it more, like, socially acceptable for girls to like girls, but then when guys like guys, it's kind of a whole thing? I'm not sure. So I get it, Brendan.
I was just gonna say the safest bet is just put a couple posts out there, then, then you're fine.
I'm just surprised.
Again, I don't want to.
I was bummed
I don't need
about
any
it.
drama.
It just bummed me out. It was
Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing.
You do
surprises
need
me.
sucked.
drama.
I was like,
Well, if it was about something you can take a side on, but this is just you basically had compassion for someone else.
Yes.
That's not. No one's backing him up on that.
No,
You know
it's,
what I mean?
yeah. But it's what kids do these, and he's too old for this shit. Like, if it was a younger fighter like coming at me, I'm like, I get it, bud. You're trying to make a name. I get it.
Yeah, that's why it
I've
was
been in the
just
space a long
surprising.
time. I
It's
get it. You can get views off it. That stuff didn't bother me.
You know, I was just thinking, yo, Brendan, no one's gonna use your name for clicks. But then I had a moment of self-awareness. I don't know, maybe you are low-hanging fruit, but it just, there's a thing where people love others just reacting to others, just humiliating or embarrassing stuff. Like, I love watching people react to Wings of Redemption. I love watching people react to Brendan Schaub stuff. And it's just because it's cool. Oh, and another part of a segment I should have mentioned during Haters Will Say, someone said, what's the point of this content? The point of my content is to go to sleep too. That's really it.
I didn't respond to it. I'm like, I get the game. He's old, man. Like, he's old enough to know better. It's like, that's the algorithm. Talk shit, get it going out, you know,
Yes.
get the views.
It was
He's too old
That's
for
kind
this
of
shit.
true.
That's strange. I didn't get it. It bummed me
And
out.
end of the day, you're going to do nothing. You're going to do nothing. That's how this goes. He'll do nothing.
Yeah.
Brendan, he never said he wanted to. He just called you a derogatory name. He never said he's gonna come to your house and beat you up. You're the one that keeps saying you're not gonna do anything. He never said he was going to. Don't put names. Or don't.
Yeah.
And if you want, not hard to find, I'm all over, dude.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. I
We'll do
like, I
nothing.
like this new version of you.
that's all I
Brendan.
keep
It's not even,
saying.
this has always been there. I just don't talk about
Yeah.
it.
No,
Wish a motherfucker would.
Yeah. No, it's true. You can. You're still a fighter.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I remember there was a guy who was a jujitsu guy, and he was being insulting, and you know he just kind of pushed Brendan to the point where it was like, it was a thing, and Brendan just finally went, hey, I'm a fighter. So just be careful now. Like, for real. Like, you're a jiu-jitsu guy. You're really good, but I'm a fighter, and there's a difference.
Yeah.
So in pro wrestling, we say you've been repackaged as a new character.
You're the heel.
I got repackaged.
I
No,
wouldn't
I'm
mind-
still babyface.
Still babyface, just
I wouldn't
harder.
mind you. I wouldn't
There's
mind you.
It's
another
melting
layer
face.
to you.
Another layer.
Yeah,
Fun
I wouldn't
story.
mind. You're pretty good at talking trash. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
you the heel. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind if you just changed as the heel.
Just start talking shit.
Yeah, watch your music cues around me, obviously.
It's just
'cause I don't
it's
give a
just
fuck
not my.
about it.
It's exhausting.
I know. You don't like conflict. I don't either. I don't stay mad. The problem with you and I is we don't stay mad. I just don't stay mad. I don't.
No, if Nate walked in right now, I was like, "What the fuck, man?" And I explained to him, he's like, "Oh,
It's exhausting because this actually hurts your feelings. To make these videos isn't exhausting because I just find it funny. Yeah, but and you're not good at talking crap. You're actually pretty ferocious at it.
I get it. I'd hug him.
Of course.
I wouldn't come
No,
at him
you
violently
wouldn't.
right
No.
away. Nah, that's not my thing.
No.
It takes
I've always
that
been a
little
fan.
Maybe
effort
because he
to
was right.
explain
You
something.
are
You
the
don't- you probably shouldn't have to
derogatory
explain
name.
that.
You would think.
don't think
You would think my friend's really suffering, and he has 10 friends that are suffering. You think like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Schaub makes sense with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying let's hold the UFC's feet to the fire and Dana's feet to the. No, it's not their issue. This is a much bigger issue.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about one particular case who's a very close friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, can we maybe help this guy out? That's it.
That's it.
All right. You want to fight me over that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you worry about CTE. It's also like everybody who fights and played football for that long worries.
I
about
don't
that.
though, to be honest. I don't. I feel like it would pop up by now.
Right. No, I agree.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Well, that stuff
That stuff's gonna help.
Whoa.
helps, yeah.
I'm like BJ
Magic
Penn.
Mind.
I don't believe
little
in CT.
massage to your brain.
Mastermind keeps
Massage the
keeps
CTE away.
I'm not going to make any claims, but I like it. So
I think John Cena also said he doesn't. Was it John Cena?
I love when Brendan's like, I don't think I have it. Everyone just got dead quiet. Brendan, you are a poster boy for CT. Your speech is more or less because of CT. Yo, I don't know if I'm known for my self-awareness, maybe just tad, but Brendan, truly, your lack of self-awareness is astounding.
He said he doesn't believe in CTE.
John Cena's smarter than that. I would. Did China make him say that?
He maybe said it, 20 years ago.
Well, John
And
did-
I-
Yeah, but you can't hold anybody's feet to the fire like
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I know it.
Like, I didn't believe in it 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, no way.
And I for sure should
I
have.
think
I'm sitting next to him on the
Stone
plane when
Cold.
he's
Stone
talking.
Cold.
Stone Cold, you said
Yeah.
it. My bad. Stone Cold said I'm not a CTE.
on that Vince documentary. Yeah.
Stone Cold's old school, man. You can't hold those guys accountable. Like, he's old school.
He's watching Concussion with me on the plane. He's watching it on his laptop.
news.
And yeah, and he just keeps doing this. He's looking at it, and I was like, listen, I just see him go like this. He'd go, and I look at him and he'd go,
Bro.
and go back to the movie. I'm like, oh,
pointing at
Jesus. And then we come off the plane. And he's like,
Fuck. Oh, yeah,
I
we're
start
doing
taking more
shows
fish
together.
oil. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
doing shows
I gotta
together.
take more fish oil. I'm like, all right.
Fish oil. Yeah.
He says to the doctor, because the doctor goes, do you think, because I played football for pretty much my whole life and fought for 10 years, and do you think I have CT? Doctor goes, 100%. I said, 100%.
100.
So how much Jamba Juice do I have to take?
You're going to take a lot of Magic Mind.
we were doing one concussion seminar.
I had these two jerk-offs. Alright, so now let's see what the person who Brendan Schaub cried over, what he had to say. But actually, is it just me, everyone? But I swear, if I don't get at least 8 hours exactly, not 7, not 7.5, it has to be 8, I will feel tired the whole day. And I think I got like 7 hours of sleep last night, and yeah, I feel pretty dang tired. So just saying, yeah, keeping up that same energy. Okay, so I'll read this all to you. Oh, it's so long, and words are tough. Wait, 8 years ago? Whoa, I mean, feelings change and everything, but hey, I'll read it to you all. Yeah, how is it 8 years ago? That's weird. It seems like an odd thing to say, especially coming from him. He should really stay in his lane and on this one. He knows I pushed the UFC and US ADA together. He knows my track record and I know his. I am not sure this is what he wants to talk about. My cardio has never been an issue, and beat his butt for several rounds at a time. So again, what is he talking about? He seems caught up in being fan-friendly, easy to say I have bad cardio based on Lesnar fight. He knows I was rushed to the hospital and was near death. He was with me. And that wasn't cardio, and he knows it. While he has been deciding on his next hairstyle, I have been steady working on my trade and staying busy. I will indeed mop up the entire division. I have a plan for all of them, even Kane. He knows that I have great wrestling. He knows that I can deal with footwork, and you have come close to get a takedown. I will knock any heavyweight in the world out, and if they question that, call your matchmaker and let's lace him up. I do not see that first part as complimentary, and it is also typical Brennan, or do I need to call him Big Brown? Yeah, you do. He insults the person and covers it with BS praise, and you're left wondering what he really believes. When the podcast is over and his fake friends are gone, he won't have a friend here, and he has evidence of me having trouble passing a test. He should man up and just say it. We can certainly have the discussion if he wants. Okay. I love when he said he insults the person and covers it with BS praise, and you're left wondering what he really believes. That couldn't be any more true. That's what he always does. Like, even for that Nate, he was like, I'll F you up, I'll twist your neck, but I would still support you. Yo, like, that is so weird how you even do that. That's like some high IQ, low IQ power move. I hate the dude, but I'm his biggest fan. Whoa. Yeah, Brendan, I think it's what you really do. You say how much you hate a person, but I have no problem. We can settle it. But again, I don't deal with drama, so it's all good, man. But he won't say it to my face. It's just you trying to be passive aggressive. That's what it always comes down to. Okay. The funniest part of the Schaub Nate rant. Okay, let's see.
Now, if you're doing this because you fancy yourself a fisticuffs. Now, if you're doing this because you fancy yourself a fisticuffs.
Yes. When I said fisticuffs, I did not know he was about to say that, so it made it even funnier. But that part is really funny. I mean, the crying scene at Thick Boy Stews was one thing, but cry threatening, what the heck is that? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it seemed like he was about to cry. Did it? I don't. Oh, maybe. No, actually, it did. Well, he's like, I'll F you up, and you see that vein. Whoa, that's crazy. Virtually identical, B. Okay, let's see.
If you fancy yourself, you want to actually grapple me, I'm not hard to get a hold of. Pull the fuck up.
That's funny. Yeah, Brennan, the way you make it, like, you really have like 1,000-mile stare, and it's really weird. Like, pull up. Like, Brennan, you're, I don't know, something weird. You're weird, Brendan. Arrow is naming the waters. I love Ariel Hawani. The tale of the tape. Oh, yeah, the area code. I was like, Brendan, why does he? At first I thought he said 219 because that's the area code for Indiana. But what does the area code even mean? The comedy special. I love that he used this picture. It's so like, it has a very cold blue hue to it. I've always found this picture really weird. It's really special. It's edited, okay? That's what I mean. Okay. Shane, according to Brendan. Oh, that's mean. That's mean. Okay, so I did want this whole episode just to be all this Nate stuff. So let's see. Bappa's angry.
It's tough, dude. I don't give a fuck. I'm 245 pounds, trained black belt,
T-clamps.
top 10 UFC heavyweight in the world at one point. I'm not out of shape. I'm a fucking beast when it comes down to ask you.
Beast.
And this whole narrative, your entire narrative thing, that's it? That's the narrative? That are also suffering from CT in some facet, not in the level of Shane. You're a fucking praying mantis barking at a tiger walking through the fucking jungle. Don't make me in the world. I stepped in his world as a brown belt and he couldn't submit me in any fucking facet. Oh, you didn't engage. It's tough.
Brennan, it's so crazy. Thing one, how you're talking with your hands all like in like everyone. I would keep imitating him, but I think it would like kind of be like, whoa, well, everyone just chill out here. But I do know audio is king, so there's that. And thing two, yo, you look at these. Whoa, look at these C clamps. That's C. Like, whoa, even like this, he's like, whoa, that's weird. And thing three, Bernie, not baby face. Oh, thing three is your limited vocabulary is crazy. You have been on in any facet for so long. It's just so crazy. And you always say narrative, bud. I know I don't have the strongest vocabulary, but I would wager there's not too many words you're always like, oh, she's gonna say it again. Oh, there she said it. Like, no. I mean, I'm actually like high school educated. Okay. A soy rage. Brendan the big old P Schaub. The Netflix casual tweet versus the blockbuster 50-minute response video. Yes. Who posted this? DESP. Brennan, like I was saying, I know a few tough people, and all they would say is, all right, pull up. Let's see. And you went on this dang near 20-minute rant. And look at this is 500 likes. That's how you know people actually really agree. It almost has as much likes as that first video we watched. This is you just going on and on and on and on. Like, Brendan, dude, you don't need. Why do you need to? This reminds me of something. This reminds me of the Ariel Helwani video, where he just goes on about why he did it, instead of just being like, listen, I'm sorry, I messed up. I'll never do it again. Instead, you tried painting a narrative that you tried justifying yourself. And if anything, you're trying to do the same thing here. You're trying to justify why you beat him up, but you know. Will the CEO comment on the drama? I'm sure. It's just getting so ridiculous. Anytime my boy does these fingers, you know he means business. With a laughing emoji. Yeah, seriously. Honestly, Brendan, you're making like this hurts. And your face is melting too, just so you know. Just so you're aware. What are you gonna do? Brendan, you are on the verge of tears. Whoa. You know, I guess I sort of get it, because like sometimes you'll get so mad you'll just like want to cry for some reason. That doesn't happen to me in so long, because like what am I gonna get mad about? Brendan, this really made you mad. And plus, according to Brian, your best friend, you're super emotional. So if you would have started crying, it would have been gold. Interesting choice of decoration for today's episode. Oh, it's Rinks punching Brendan in the dink. Yeah, that's so true. That's sort of true. Fight confirmed. What are you gonna do? Volume punch me? Wait, is that what Brennan said? Volume punch? Schwab versus Diaz. And Thick Boy X Carhartt. And Brendan got exposed. His collab with Carhartt was a complete freaking lie. And I'm pretty sure someone even emailed Carhartt support and they're like, we'll look into it. Brendan, you can't just keep putting your logo on everything. Like, if you put your logo on North Face, your North Star, it would just be like, no, it's not real. A chef's special of the day. Podcast cringe strikes again with a side of salsa. Trigger warning. Bappa goes full beast mode. Oh, yeah, that's good. I'll check that out. Talking about fraudulent Slippy. Right?
But if you actually want to do this, Nate, I'm not hard to find. Grappling you, I would sleep like a fucking baby, bud. Like a baby. I'm not hard to find. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you.
I don't get it. So I guess it doesn't count. Great friend, never a column. Are you cool with Brett and Schaub? Last I heard, you guys had a bit of a falling out. Is he in the tournament? We don't talk that much. Hope he is well. Oh, 7 years ago. So, granted, things could have changed. But it seems like Brendan was like, saying like he's my best friend. Like we blew up together or whatever. But Shane barely even knows who Brendan is. He said, is he in the tournament? Dude, you don't even know. Pull the F up. See, everyone, just look at this face. This doesn't look like a normal face that like someone would just casually make. Whoa, what are we doing here? I think you'd be surprised. Okay, let's see what this is.
A wrestling match with Cain Velasquez, how well do you think you do?
Straight up wrestling?
Yeah.
I think people would be surprised.
Really? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be surprised. I really do. I think he'd fuck you up. And I say...
So obviously that's about Nate. And when Boogie was fighting Wings, my money was on Boogie because for no other reason than I just wanted Boogie to win. And did I think he was going to? It was really 50-50. I was kind of nervous he wouldn't, and we all know Wings won because Boogie just didn't even like throw a punch. Wings just more or less like just attacked him, which is pretty crazy. So as much as we would want Brendan to win, it's really hard to say if Nate would win. Yeah, I was like, we all want Nate to win, but if he would, that remains to be seen. Okay. I got no problem with Aero Dasani and Nate.
Are people hitting you up? I want to be a part of it. I saw someone say to me, book Brendan Schaub versus Nate Diaz at the next one. I don't know if you saw that back and forth. Brendan Schaub challenged him to a grappling match last week. Did you see that?
I'm interested, but only if you commentate that grappling match.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm in. If you make that match happen, I'm in.
Honestly, anything entertaining enough like that would be amazing. But Nate Diaz would probably physically attack him before we got to the grappling stage.
That's cool. That's all part. I feel like you'd welcome that.
Part of the drama. Who knows? Maybe Brendan Schaub does what I did to Gabby, throws a little kiss in there, throws him off his game.
I was very impressed, and I can't wait for the second one. Keep us posted. I want in on that match. That one you offered, I want in.
Oh, you're in. We don't have to work around that amateur organization, the Olympics, you were busy with last time.
Yeah, listen, I didn't want to bring it up, but I was a little busy. But no Olympics next summer, so I'm free and clear.
Awesome. You're in for the homeless cats cornering Nate Diaz.
Thank you, Craig. Congrats. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Got you, bro.
What a guy. Great job.
You already know that Ariel is eating this stuff up. Brennan, you've done all this to yourself. In fact, no one would even like call you any names online if you were at least likable, in like the smallest sense too. But you do everything you can to be unlikable because you show your true self. I cannot wait to see Nate beat the crap out of Baba. He looks like he's about to cry.
What are you gonna do, Nate? What are you gonna do? Volume punch me, motherfucker?
That's what it means. A volume punch me. What does that even mean? Brendan, your neck is so red. This is visibly more red than your face. Dude, whoa. That anger was real. Seriously. Alright. This is gonna be the last one. I'm new here. I just thought all positive bot comments on his channel were insane. It's about time Brennan starts sticking up for himself. I just got my Carhartt X DFAG merch to support B against the haters. Thick Boy Mob, Thick Boy Nation. Wait, this has 900 upvotes. No way, that's real. I do not... You're telling me there's at least 1,000 Thiggies in the world? Oh, that's worrisome. Everyone, it's us against the Thick Boy Mob. And what's my advice on how to take them down? Well, I say we keep it on because as long as Brendan keeps making content, oh, he'll destroy himself. Everyone, thank you so much. I really hoped you enjoyed part 45 of the Trugg Walg series, strictly devoted to the Nate v. Schaub drama. Oh, you love to see it. Brennan, I'll give you some advice. You need to turn likable. I know I say you need to laugh at yourself, lean into the jokes, but then when you do, I just get mad. But it's because you don't lean into the jokes as in like you actually believe it. Just like how Wings has been given advice to lean into the trolling, but then when the trolls continue, he just bans them. That's not leaning into it. That's still like, it's fake leaning into it, which is almost worse. Brendan, I know you want to redeem yourself. You want to be loved and adored. I get it. You've burned so many bridges. And Brendan, I'm being serious. This was your chance to change the narrative about you. I can't speak for this entire sub, but if I had to, I would say if you would have humbled up and said, you know what? I get why he says it. I'm emotional. I'm insane. There's no reason I should be even acting like this. I guarantee we would all have that much more respect for you. But whenever locals want to be taken so seriously online, this is sort of what it comes to. That's why I say don't take anything that's serious, because it doesn't matter. You know, there's no reason you need to stress out, get angry, because Brennan, according to you, none of it's real. So bud, take your own advice. Everyone, if you like this episode, please like and subscribe. That stuff really does mean the world to me, and I love hearing from all of you. And if you wanted to see extra videos early and some sexy pictures of myself, Patreon and my OnlyFans are certainly options. And seriously, this stuff does mean the world to me. Unlike Brendan, I actually appreciate all my fans and just everyone, even the people who leave mean comments. As long as they're funny, they're still cool in my book. Alright everyone, thank you so much. Stay safe out there. And remember, it's never that serious. But also remember this. You are loved and appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, Nikki's signing out. See ya, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day.